Yo, what is up guys? It is Samool back again with another Epic 7 video for you guys today. And today we're going to be talking all about the unit that you see on your screen here, Lua. We're going to be talking about how to build her, what stats you should be going for, where you should use her, how to invest your Molagoras into her skill enhances, her best artifact, just everything you need to know about Lua in general, and how to use her. That being said, before we get started with this video there guys, if you guys aren't already following me on Instagram, make sure you guys follow me there. We are doing a giveaway at 20k subscribers on YouTube. All you guys have to do is follow me on Instagram to get started on that giveaway. That being said, Lua. So Lua guys, very powerful unit. She's an ice ranger. There's a lot of controversy going around her kit because she is just extremely powerful in PvP, which is kind of funny because Smilegate just recently nerfed Hwayoung, whose nerf should be coming into effect in a few weeks of this video. But yeah, just to understand what stats you need to get on her, let's actually talk about her skills so you guys know what her skills do. So for S2 guys, it is a single target attack that will dispel 2 buffs before putting the enemy to sleep for 1 turn, and you'll get an extra turn after that. So this is very good because you can actually use this to sleep openers, and then afterwards you can actually use your S3, which is an AoE 1 buff dispel from all enemies before increasing skill cooldowns by 1 turn and inflicting a debuff that will do additional damage to all allies except for the target for 10% of their max HP when they take their turn. And you'll also increase speed of all your allies for 2 turns. And the best part about this is if you have a Toggle Held's Beholder like Spectre Tenebria, you can actually soulburn this to ignore effect resist to make sure you guarantee that increased skill cooldown. So this combination of skills is very then right now. You can use your S2 on units like Politis and stuff like that, or any other opener or any unit that can cut your Lua, and use your S2 on them to sleep them. And then when you S3, it'll be uninterrupted. So if you for instance, S2 the Politis on the enemy team, your S3 will not activate Politis' S2 because she's asleep. You can use this on any other opener as well, and it's very powerful. S3 guys, increased skill cooldowns, one of the most OP effects in the game. You pretty much will neuter a unit for 1 turn by landing this, and by ignoring the effect resist with this soulburn, you can guarantee that you land this on high effect resist units such as DN and even other soul weavers, and you'll basically make it so that they have to take an extra turn cycle before they can do anything. And just keep in mind, she cycles very fast because you're going to build her very fast, and she also gets that increased speed buff, so you're going to be using this a lot every fight. You're going to see, once you actually use Lua, that you get so many S3s off. It's so annoying. Next we have our S1 guys, single target attack, has one of the best debuffs in the game for a support unit, defense break, because it allows your team to do a lot more damage. And also you're going to see that this defense break is 2 turns. Usually defense breaks on S1s like this, on utility units, are going to be 1 turn, but for some reason on Lua it's 2 turns, so your DPS can actually pretty much blow up the unit that gets hit by this defense break pretty easily because you have 2 turns to hit them. Lua guys, just from her kit, very strong opener, right? She can pretty much disrupt other openers with their S2, and by increasing skill cooldown, she can pretty much make it so the enemy team cannot actually do anything. She pretty much single-handedly counters cleave if you get the first turn off. She also is very good against slow bruiser teams because you cycle your S3 really quickly, and you'll also increase the speed of your team. Just super annoying, a lot of control. She can even cleave as well because of the fact that she can disrupt openers in World Arena. Just a very powerful unit. So how do you actually want to build her? So personally, I recommend building her very similarly to Peyra. I think that is the most common build right now. For sets guys, you're going to be running speed set with effectiveness set if you can. You don't really need effectiveness set if you don't want, but definitely want speed set. You can run her on a broken set and it's fine because her most important stat is going to be speed. So for speed, so how much speed do you actually want? So I recommend going as fast as you can without making her super squishy, right? You want to make sure HP and defense are at least above like 1k defense and I guess like 14k HP, and the rest of that you want into speed. For effectiveness guys, you want to maintain above 100%. People shoot for like 130, 160 sometimes, but I think 100% is enough because you can always soulburn your S3 later, and usually if you don't have like more than 160% effectiveness, you're not going to be landing this on soul weavers anyways, because a lot of units have really high effect resist that want to be built as a cleanser. So that being said, just typical stat guidelines, I think if you have like 280 speed, 14k HP, 1k defense, and like 100% effectiveness, you should be good to go. Anything after that is up to you depending on your rank, but definitely that is a good baseline to aim for. These are the pieces that I have my units on, or my Lua on, to actually reach this. The chest piece is really bad. If I had this at like 20 speed plus, I could get to 300 speed pretty easily, but I don't have any good speed set chest pieces with speed. Also, this ring is not that great either. I need like 2 more speed on this. So yeah, pretty much just build her like a Payra just as fast as you can with effectiveness and some bulk, and you'll be good to go. What about her artifact, guys? I think Guiding Light is the best artifact on her. Oh, I did not mean to do that. But the reason why this is so good is because of the fact that basically you have that super fast turn cycling. You also have an extra turn, so you can proc your Guiding Light so many times very easily, and it just makes her very annoying to deal with because you can't even like provoke lock her or CC lock her from doing your skills. She's just hiding in stealth unless you hit her with AoE. She does have her own artifact. I did pull 2 copies of this. I think this is also decent if you have this max limit broken, and you want this max limit broken because there's only a 50% chance of this activating at rank 1, and it goes up to 100% with max limit break, so you definitely want this max limit broken if you want to use it. But you know, it's really hard to actually do that, right? So we can also use like Glow Wings 21. This is Leica's artifact, very good as well. After you use a non-attack skill, you give a barrier to your team. Makes it very good for your team because of the fact that her S3 will also give them that barrier and make it so that you can actually, you know, put some more tankiness on your team overall. So that's pretty much it for artifacts. So what about her skill enhances? So skill enhances, guys, very simple. So for skill enhances, guys, you're going to see that she is a full support unit. You're not going to do any damage. So that means that you definitely want skill turn cooldown reductions. S3, you definitely want this mold out. S2, you're going to see it's really interesting. Usually you'd see like a skill turn cooldown here, but there's actually nothing. It's only pure damage, so you can actually leave this at +0. You don't really care about her damage at all. Her S1, guys, you can go to +3 or +5 for that effect chance, or you can just leave her at +0 because it's only a 5% increase per rank. I personally got her to +3. I don't know if I'll get her to +5. Maybe if I do get her to Friendship 10 for the free 3 Molgoras. But for now, I have her at +3. You can honestly keep this at +0. So yeah, Lua is a very low investment unit for Molgora wise. You can literally keep her just at +1 and keep her S3 on that 1 turn cooldown reduction. And that's pretty much all you need to invest in her to be very strong. Now let's look at her imprint. So, you know, very good options here. You have effectiveness, which will make her easier to build for herself, or you can have crit chance for your team, which will make it so you can cleave teams more easily in arena offense and also Guild Wars offense. Just keep in mind this is not too reliable to have for World Arena because of the fact that most units on World Arena that are cleavers you're going to want at 100% crit anyways. So, you know, her imprints are very good. I don't recommend, you know, if you're new to the game, pulling for imprints though, if you're not a whale, because of the fact that you definitely need to save your bookmarks because we do probably have that slime collab coming soon. But definitely the imprints are very good. She's not a limited unit, guys, so you'll get multiple copies eventually. Where do you want to use her, guys? Pretty much PvE. You don't want to really use her in too many areas of content. She's not that great in PvE. You know, increasing bosses skill cooldowns don't work, and you can't sleep bosses either. She's basically only a defense breaker, which is not good for PvE because there's so many defense breakers. PvP though, guys, you can pretty much use her everywhere in arena offense, Guild Wars offense, World Arena. I'm going to test her out a bit more in defense teams, but I suspect that she'll be good there as well. Just keep in mind, you know, the only weakness to Lua right now is cleave, and Lua doesn't have the highest base speed, so you might want to be careful there on defense teams unless you have super high speed. So yeah, that being said, that's pretty much it for this video though, guys, and I'll see you guys next time. Peace.